What is up, YouTube? So today I'm doing a bit of a time capsule. The date is currently February 28th, 2019. I'm here at the Hollywood Pantages Theater, where they are showing the actual play version of the movie I'm about to talk about, Cats. So if I turn around here, check this out. It's cool, right? All the cats are gonna come out here and do their thing. It's gonna be cool. So, alright, let's talk about this movie I'm about to review in 9 months or so. Cats. Jellicle, songs for Jellicle Cats. So Cats is the film adaptation of the 1980s musical by Andrew Lloyd Webber, which in turn is based off of a book of poems called Old Possum's Book of Practical Cats by T.S. Eliot. There was a straight-to-DVD version of the musical. I think it came out back in the 90s, but it was the stage show. It was just shot on cameras and put onto a DVD. Now we have a movie film adaptation of the show. A show I really like. I saw it earlier this year, as you saw. So this Cats movie, like the show, is about a tribe of cats that live in London called the Jellicle Cats. Each of them have their place in society, you know, their role, their job, and once a year they meet up at the Jellicle Ball to make the Jellicle choice, which is they choose which cat will be reborn into a new Jellicle life. And so yeah, here we go, the movie adaptation of Cats. And my god, the bad reviews this movie has been getting. Even from fans of the show, I've heard they just don't like this movie. So I was a bit skeptical going in. Honestly speaking, after I saw the movie, I gotta say, I didn't hate it. Don't get me wrong, it's not perfect in any means. Don't think I'm saying I love this movie, it's the best movie of the year. It's not. Just coming from a fan of the show, I was enjoying myself for a lot of the movie. They kind of made Victoria the main character. She's the new cat to the Jellicle tribe. It's not like that in the show. She's already part of the tribe in the show. But in this movie, she's kind of like our eyes and ears into this world of cats. The one getting introduced to everything. Which to me actually made a lot of sense. I also thought Judi Dench as Old Deuteronomy did a really good job. Old Deuteronomy is the leader of the Jellicle cat tribe who makes the Jellicle choice. In the straight-to-DVD version, Old Deuteronomy was actually played by Ken Page, who was the voice of Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas. Just goes to show that the role of Old Deuteronomy can be played a number of ways. I really like that. Variety is a good thing, especially when it comes to musical theater and movies. Jennifer Hudson as Grizabella the glamour cat, I thought she crushed it. In fact, I ended up really sympathizing with Grizabella, just like in the show. Grizabella is the cat that is kind of not part of the Jellicle tribe. She used to be, but she misses being part of the tribe. The cats of the tribe now, they kind of look down on her. Her big song in the show, which is called Memory, was done really well in this movie. I thought it was great. I almost teared up even a little bit because it's Jennifer Hudson and she has like an awesome voice. Have you not seen Dreamgirls? She's great. Other characters that stood out to me include James Corden as Bustafer Jones. I thought he was gonna be really funny, and he was. Also, Ian McKellen as Gus, he did a really good job too. He was probably one of the best in the movie. Because again, it's Ian McKellen, he has a theater background, so it's a no-brainer there. Now, the thing about Cats, not just this movie, but the show, is that you gotta go in with an open mind. Because the story of Cats is not a story like a lot of others. It's a very unique one. It's not a linear story. It really is more or less a series of vignettes, you know? Each cat has its place in society, and they each get their own song. There is the overall plot of there being a Jellicle Ball and the Jellicle choice being made as to who will ascend to the Heaviside Lair to be reborn into a new Jellicle life. Plus, there's also McCavity, the criminal cat, played in this movie by Idris Elba, who I thought did an okay job. McCavity is given a story arc in this movie that I don't remember from the show. I think it's just original, and it was really give or take with me. Like, I thought it was fine, but not really impressive. But when I hear people complaining about, oh, there's no plot in this movie, you know, there is one, but it doesn't really come into play until the end, I just want to be like, yeah, that's what Cats is, dude. That's how the show is, and so of course that's how the movie's gonna be. So the fact that the plot really took a backseat to all the singing and dancing musical numbers didn't really bother me, because that is Cats. And the visual effects actually really impressed me. A lot of this movie was shot with handheld, which is really impressive considering they're all using motion capture on the actors. When you have CG motion capture on actors mixed with handheld cinematography, it's a really good combo when done right. If you can get over the fact that they look like cat-human hybrids and they do look like the stuff of Nightmare, supposedly, according to a few people anyway, then the visual effects are actually pretty impressive. The flaws I found in this movie, believe it or not, actually came from the musical numbers themselves. Or the songs anyway. Because I love the original soundtrack of the show. It's great music. Andrew Lloyd Webber wrote some damn good stuff back in the 80s. But in this new modern movie, you know, this new modern-ish take on Cats, they, wait for it, butchered some of the songs. And I'm not even lying to you, some of the songs in the movie were a bit shorter than the songs are on the show soundtrack, or the instrumentation will be a little bit different so that it sounds kind of weird, like that's not the song I remember from the show. It's the same lyrics, but it just sounds different. It's a different take on it. Like the Rum Tum Tugger song, I thought it was just okay in this movie because it was really different from the one in the show. Same thing with Mungo Jerry and Rumple Teaser, which really bummed me out, because there are a couple different versions of that song, and the version I like is actually one of my favorites in the show, but the version they use in this movie is the version version I don't like so much, and that really bummed me out. I mean, that being said, I was singing along with all the songs in my seat while I was watching the movie, and again, some of the songs were done pretty well. Like the whole Skimbleshanks number, which is another one of my favorites in the show. I loved it. In fact, that was probably my favorite in the movie. Like I said, Jennifer Hudson singing Memory was great. And of course, there's gonna be a new song because every movie adaptation of a musical is gonna add a new song. The new song is sung by Victoria in the movie. It's called Beautiful Ghosts. And I actually thought it was pretty good. It was a welcome addition to the Cats ensemble of music. The version in the movie, anyway. The Taylor Swift version that plays in the credits, but Victoria's version in the movie. Good stuff. Also, there's added dialogue in this movie. The show, for those of you who don't know, is completely sung through. There's no dialogue. It's just song after song after song. In this movie, there are actually dialogue scenes. Some characters will have dialogue before the next song. Usually the dialogue is leading into the next song, which will work sometimes. Sometimes the dialogue worked for me, sometimes it didn't, but it was there. One of the things you might not like in this movie is the set design. You know, all the characters, they're cats, and so they're gonna be the size of cats. So all these rooms are gonna seem really big. It's like Ant-Man, you know, where a character is a smaller size than a normal human being. The perspective of the world changes with that. But in this case, the entire movie is like that. It does take some getting used to. But in the end, like I said, I didn't hate this movie as much as some of you might have thought I would. But also, I didn't love it either. It was okay. I thought the acting was really good. The visual effects were pretty good. If you can get over the whole, you know, cat-human hybrid looking thing. Some of the songs, you know, the musical numbers, they were really good. Some of the others felt really butchered to me, which is never good. Ultimately, with Cats, you gotta know what you're in for. It's a really artsy kind of thing. The plot does take a back seat to all the singing and dancing musical numbers. But if you can kick your feet up and have a good time with the music, then you might enjoy this movie. For Cats, I will say, wait until this movie's at a discount theater, then go see it. If for nothing else, this does have me kind of worrying for the Wicked movie, which is also being done by Universal. I really, really hope to God that they don't shorten or butcher anything in there. So Cats, have you seen it? What did you think about it? What do you think of the show? Have you seen it? Do you like the soundtrack? Whatever you think, go ahead and leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe.